Welcome back to another episode of the Two Man Podcast. Me and Carl have a great episode. We're fired up on this lovely, lovely morning. Carl, how you doing?
Doing great, Tyler. Doing great. I know I threw off your game a little bit. I started humming something we'll be talking about later. It just was stuck in my head.
Yes, you were
but I'm
humming
excited.
a fire theme song to a show that, as the countdown was going on, that I really wanted to open up with, but I don't think I would have done it justice. So I was caught in between of what I wanted to do. So, but yeah, Carl, why don't you let everyone know what we have in store for them in this packed episode?
All right, Tyler. We got a pretty good episode. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're gonna be all over the place. So first off, we're gonna start with our thoughts on the Super Bowl. It's been 2 weeks post Super Bowl. So we will talk about how we thought of the game and what we thought about the performance. Spoiler alert: both are pretty poor. And then we're gonna go right into two trips that Tyler and I took. Mine was a little closer to home than Tyler's is.
Yes.
We're gonna be talking about a trip to go see Tucker Wetmore at Terminal 5, and then Tyler is going to the Mets spring training.
Yeah.
So very, very exciting. Can't wait to hear Tyler's thoughts about that. Then we're going to also have some Mets updates, and the U.S. Olympics is going on currently. Tyler has been watching it a lot more than I have, so Tyler's going to give us a quick rundown about what's going on over there.
Hell yeah.
And then we will talk about a couple of the trailers / shows that are kind of all over the media right now.
Yeah.
We're going to be touching on the Mando trailer that just dropped, and we are going to be touching on the new Game of Thrones series, Night of the Seven Kingdom. The finale releases this Sunday.
Oh shit.
Probably the highest rated episode to come out of this series, and is a top 5 Game of Thrones episode of all time. Just dropped this past Sunday, so we will have some spoiler thoughts upon that. And then we are going to end with a fun little game. We might even do 2 games depending on the time we have.
Yes.
But literally it was a last minute decision that I just thought of while Tyler and I were talking beforehand, and very, very excited about this.
I can't wait to hear this, honestly. I'm hoping this episode flies by for us, because this game you've hyped up, and I can only imagine what you thought of. So, let's get right into it.
Yes, let's get right into it, Tyler. So, Tyler, what are your thoughts on the Super Bowl as a whole? So, the game, the performance, the bets you may or may have not bet or won.
Yeah.
So, how are we feeling?
The Super Bowl was a weird feeling from my point of view. It just didn't seem like the Super Bowl to me, kind of just to generally put it. I thought the game itself was very boring for at least the first 3 quarters. I mean, Patriots kind of turned it on at the end, but then, that Seahawks defense / Drake May playing like it was his first time on a football field didn't really help. There was not really great commercials throughout. Nothing was really funny anymore. It was a lot of AI or, kind of different motive commercials. We won't get into those, but it was like nothing was funny. They didn't have any trailers anymore, as we've always talked about. The trailers are just posted online. And it was weird. I mean, kind of to say something I said to, I believe you and other people, is like, I think it was like the third quarter I was doing like some chores around the house. I was like, this is the Super Bowl. I used to do a case race and, bet way too much money and lose all my money on this stuff. And it's not because I was home. Like, me and Taylor had a great time. We, cooked up buffalo chicken dip. We cooked up plenty of snacks and food. But then all of a sudden I was like, this game stinks. And I'm not even going to sit around and wait for the commercials. It's terrible.
Oh boy. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I don't think they had maybe like 1 or 2 good like trailers that you like wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And then besides that, maybe the Sabrina Carpenter commercial I really personally liked. That's my girl. But they released that early online. Like the good trailers, they released it like 4 or 5 days before the actual like performance or before Super Bowl, which is whack.
Yeah, I never get why they do that, because of course I'm going to watch it by accident because I'm interested now to see it. And it was just weird. I mean, shout out to obviously the Seahawks defense, because it was unbelievable. Drake May and the Patriots didn't have an answer to it. I mean, even the Seahawks offense, like, loved that Sam Darnold got a win, but he also didn't play well. So even when the Patriots were making a little comeback at the end, it's like the Seahawks offense might not have an answer if the Patriots were able to come back.
Yeah.
But obviously, we'll never know. Seahawks were able to hold on, finish the game strong, at least defensively, and Kenneth Walker gets his Super Bowl MVP.
Good for him. I mean, it was kind of crazy because like Joey and I during the game it was so slow and so crazy. Joey won $900 betting on punts.
Oh my god!
Because there were 8 straight punts.
That's genius. I'm so mad when I don't think of things like that.
Yeah, it was crazy because we started it basically. Somebody was like, "Yo, somebody should just bet punt."
Yeah,
and I bet punt, and Joey accidentally bet for the one after, just like how DraftKings had it.
Yeah,
it wasn't for like that drive; it was for the next drive. So I lost that bet. But after that, for the next, it was like the one time the Seahawks kicked a field goal or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The next 8 possessions were punts. So Joey literally won like $900.
Jeez, what a smart man.
It was crazy. It was literally ridiculous. He was just betting like $100 per punt. And I'm like, this is just an insane thing, but it was hitting.
Yeah, you would think DraftKings would eventually just take it down because it's like we're losing so much money because these guys can't play offense right now.
No, it was insane. And then towards halftime, you were talking about Kenneth Walker. We were like, dude, if it keeps at this pace, it's going to be the Seahawks kicker who has made literally 4 field goals.
The kicker almost could have been the MVP of that game. That's how nuts it was going. And wild stuff, like we won't even have to get into it. That could be, later down a separate podcast, but apparently Kenneth Walker, they're just going to let him, no pun intended, walk in free agency, which is just wild. After you win Super Bowl MVP, you think you get rewarded, but running backs get treated like dirt in the NFL.
Dirt.
Anyway, that's a separate thing. And, I guess the one thing we haven't talked about either, which I know you were really mad going into it and you were upset about it after the fact too, is the Super Bowl halftime show. I know, if you want to air it out here about how much you hated it before and after and during.
Whoa. All right. First off, I was a huge advocate for it beforehand. All right.
I know.
But after, you were right. I was not the biggest advocate about it after.
Yeah.
My problem was, okay. All right. Let's air it out right now. My problem was, okay, this man does speak English, right? His music is great.
Yeah.
Great. But I would have just wished a little bit that, like, at least when he was, like, making announcements, he would have just been like, "Hello, America."
Yeah.
Like at least address it a little bit. Instead, he was just, like, completely in Spanish. Listen, I know how to say hola. Like, I understand that.
But he probably saw all the backlash from Americans and was probably like, you know what? I'm really just going to show it to him. Yeah. I'm going all Spanish.
1,000%. And my second thing too was I like his music. I just don't think it was that great live. Like, it did not sound the same live.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 biggest things. One of the coolest things about it though, those fucking trees were people.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, no, I went into it. I was the same as you. I was only kidding. I know you were a big advocate for Bad Bunny. You've said it on the show many times. Obviously, I wasn't like one of those people upset about it either. I was just, indifferent. Didn't think it was going to ruin my experience. I didn't know too many of his songs. A couple of them were pretty hyped to hear, but for the most part, it was just, I feel like I just learned more about Puerto Rico as he was going through the grass. Like, the setup was great because
that was cool. Yeah.
The Super Bowl is less of concerts now and more of performances. So as he's up on, like, the wires, he's almost showing the history of Puerto Rico it looks like it had those different, like, slushy drinks, he has his house. Like, there were some cool aspects of it, the wedding, obviously. And, there's just a kid sleeping on the chair, which could happen at a wedding.
Dude, that was insane. Is that wedding was legitimately real?
Yes, which is the coolest part too.
That was cool.
Yeah. And to see Lady Gaga was pretty cool. She did her little, I guess, Spanish twist on her song, if you want to call it that.
It was like the samba version. It was pretty fire.
Yeah. So, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I think someone on Barstool said it best. It's like, anyone who says it's the best performance ever is lying. But anyone who also said it's the worst is also lying, because I've seen some bad ones.
I saw that same one.
Yeah, because there's some bad ones, and that is not a bad one.
It was
but it's not.
it was not terrible. Not
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
I think personally, I think it was better than Kendrick's
okay.
last year.
Yeah, yeah. It's close. It's close. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
love Kendrick's either, so
yeah,
I'll have to watch him back. But yeah, it was so funny because me and Taylor the day before the Super Bowl, we were watching old Super Bowl halftime shows. Like we were watching like Prince, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Snoop Dogg, Dre, Eminem,
yeah.
like all some big ones. And then we were like, oh, we're so excited, and it kind of came, and we were just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Just the Super Bowl itself, like I was excited for the whole
And the
Super
whole
Bowl.
thing, and it's like every single thing was like below average, so it made me just hate everything else more.
Yes.
Like I think if that was like a fucking great game,
Yes.
I would have been like, yo, that Bad Bunny performance was really like next level.
Honestly,
You know?
possibly, yeah. If that game was like a back and forth, like 45-40 kind of game, comes down to the last possession, you're like, well, Super Bowl 60 is unbelievable, but now Super Bowl 60 is going to be like one of the most forgotten Super Bowls, I feel like.
Legitimately.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see who does it next year. The halftime show, we'll have to see.
You have any predictions?
No, but they gotta
I have a really good one.
Yeah, who are you thinking?
Hannah Montana.
They've been talking about that for
They've
years.
been talking about that one for years, but it's the 20th anniversary.
True.
This year.
Yes.
She's coming out with a little special on
Disney, right?
Disney
Plus. Yeah.
And I think that if that gets a lot of traction, I think it's a very, very possible thing that she ends up Miley Cyrus / Hannah Montana performs at the Super Bowl next year.
It's been rumored for like years, or like she's been like the favorite for years and just hasn't. So I think she's got a good chance, and she could definitely bring out some good people and have a real good time with it. So I wouldn't be mad.
I think it would be so cool, and I think you would be able to kind of please multiple different genres or like fan bases with that.
Oh yeah. No, that would be a good one.
Listen, you can call me whatever you want, but I used to love Hannah Montana growing up as a kid.
Oh yeah, I watched it all the time.
His music was a bop, like having the best of both worlds. Like,
yes, I can't believe how old we are. That's like 20 years old.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
A lot of stuff, like a lot of things are becoming like 20 years old this year, and you're like, geez. Like I think High School Musical turned 20 this year. And
crazy.
I saw someone say that like High School Musical to us, we'll be telling our kids about High School Musical like our parents told us about Grease, because like that's how old that was at the time. And I'm thinking like, wow, like
wow,
like that. I'm not saying the movies are similar at all, but like that's their Grease is our High School Musical.
You know what? Hold on, quick pause. Another anniversary that I thought was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Pokemon turns 30 years old this year.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I've loved seeing all the marketing they're doing for Pokemon.
All the marketing they're doing for that. So good. That was the best Super Bowl trailer. It was the Pokemon Go one.
Yeah, it was so cool. And have I seen rumors about them bringing the old games to the Switch? Is that a rumor? Is that true? Did I get tricked?
If it's true, that's amazing. But me personally, I can play it on my phone. I've been playing Diamond and Pearl on my phone.
Yeah,
there's like this like app you can download.
Yes, I've done that before on like my computer or my phone. I think I'd be in the Elite 8 in like 2 days, because you just remember how to play it, dude. If they did it for the Switch, I'd have to buy a Switch and buy that game, because that'd be so fun to play on the big screen.
So, oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Exactly. So I think I would have to get it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to set that up.
Yeah. Pokemon being 30 is nuts. Like, we weren't even alive. Nuts.
I'm actually going to do a quick like investment thing too. They're coming out with Pokemon Legos.
Okay.
Did you see about this?
No, I did not.
They're coming out with a Lego set. Okay. I'll try and find the one I want. Mm-hmm. But they're coming out with a Lego. The number is insane, because you know how expensive Legos are, right?
Oh, I was just talking about this with Taylor the other day. It's absurd how much they are.
They're like so expensive now.
Yeah.
But the one I really want is the three main evolutions: Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. It's selling for $800
for all. Holy shit, that's sick as hell. But
Look
eight
how
hundred
fucking sick it
dollars,
is, though. I think this is on the secondary market because it
probably.
doesn't come
Yeah.
out. It doesn't come out until February 27th.
Okay. So maybe
Um,
that's why. Maybe we'll go down
but
once it eventually comes
yeah,
out.
this is on the secondary market. I guess this is like something whatever.
Yeah.
When I originally saw it on like Lego.com,
Yeah.
it was like I think the base price was like 600 something. But
Gotcha.
anyway, I want to buy 2 of them
Yeah.
and I want to build one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy it for the actual price is $650,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
That's what it
Yeah.
says on the bottom there.
Yeah.
So I want to buy one of them, actually build it.
Yeah.
And selfishly, I want to buy a second one, seal it, like literally, like don't touch it, like seal this box,
Yeah.
keep it for another 30 years.
Not bad.
That thing is gonna sell for like 20K.
Yeah.
Up 20K up.
You could even do 20 years because then it will just be the 50th anniversary
Yeah.
of Pokemon. So that will probably be another big thing. So then you could just sell it. That's kind of smart. It's not a bad idea.
I think it's a good investment. Like I think
it would be.
that's like a stock, in my
Yeah.
opinion, and
I
that's
think
gonna
so, too.
appreciate more than I think some stocks now. Just
Yeah.
saying.
No, I think it's a good idea. People should hop on. Is this your way of trying to pay back the listeners after we gave them that parlay that did not hit?
Yeah. And you know what? That wasn't our fault.
No.
It was close. If you looked at it, it was close. If it wasn't for them not being able to play any type of offense,
yes,
we would have won. We would have won that part.
Yeah, if the Patriots realized the game started 3 quarters prior, it would have been a decent bet.
We were close on like, I think it was like 6 legs. We were close on like 4.
Yeah, even Kenneth Walker almost scored a touchdown.
Yeah,
the hold brought it back. That could have been some tomfoolery as well. No way.
Yeah. They knew the 2-man podcast had money on that.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't. They knew how many people were riding with us, and
yeah,
they had the call was in, the fix was in. But yeah, that's our Super Bowl thoughts, and kind of going into our next thing. I know Carl has some thoughts about a recent venue he went to go see good old Tucker Whitmore. So you want to let the listeners know about that?
Yeah, I'll keep this short and sweet, Tyler. Yeah, so I love going to the city for all different things. It's one of the reasons why I do live in New York. You know, it's easy to just kind of zip over there, go to MSG,
absolutely,
go to pretty much like anywhere over there. But I went to a new venue before. Anytime I've ever seen a concert, it's either been at the Barclays Center or at most likely MSG. But this was my very first time going to a smaller venue in New York City at Terminal 5.
Yeah.
And from people that I personally have spoken to, they've had a lot different experiences than I guess maybe because they got there earlier and they got a good spot.
Yeah.
But I was at Terminal 5 and Tucker Whitmore, first got to say, if you don't know who this man is, he is great. He's an up-and-coming country singer, really, really great performer. Played some Billy Joel, some
nice,
really, really good stuff on the piano. Was awesome.
Love it.
But essentially how this place is, it's an old nightclub and it's 3 floors. So the main floor, I just hit my mic. Main floor is here. The stage is right over here.
Yep.
And basically it builds up and it's like a rectangle, right?
Yeah.
And the railings around the 2 other levels are the only way you can possibly see the stage. If you're not on the railing, you're cooked.
Yeah.
You're staring at a TV screen that's the size like a 40-inch TV screen.
Yeah, not a Jumbotron.
Not a Jumbotron that you would literally have in your fucking house.
Yeah.
And it's like obviously a little bit of a delay because it's on a TV screen, not like on a Jumbotron.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna show a quick photo that I showed Tyler. And
this killed me because your Instagram photos and stuff, like, it looked great. Obviously, I'm sure he sounded great and all that was awesome. But right before we hopped on, as Carl's pulling it up, he tells me, he's like, no, this is like what it really looked like. Like, Instagram kind of lied. This is what it looked like, and it is so funny. No offense.
This was my view.
Tucker Whitmore is not over there.
Do you see a stage anywhere?
No, I don't.
You want to know why? Because I couldn't see the stage.
Yes.
This was my view. I was looking at that TV screen.
Yes.
Right there.
Which makes it look great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not the view, which is so crazy. Because like you said, it's only, besides like you knowing someone, it's like you can only buy GA, right?
Yeah, so it's just GA. I mean, the concert started at 7:30. That's when like there was two openers. That's when the first opener went on was
Yeah.
7:30. The doors opened at 6:30.
Yeah.
So there must have been people who got there like so early. We got a bad train in. We didn't
Hmm.
get into the city until 6:50.
Yeah.
So, and then the venue is not close from MSG. It was about like a 25 minute subway or a 20-minute Uber. So we called
Gotcha.
an Uber. So we
Yeah.
didn't get there until like basically 7:30. We didn't get there.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
he had the main act, or the main show had just started. The performance was not the, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. The first
The
opener.
first opening act
Yep.
was on.
Yeah.
And we get there and it's the GA floor is already packed. So the people I was with Tyler's sister Jill, my friend Courtney, and my brother. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna hop online and get drinks." I said, "Perfect."
Yeah.
So they hop online and get drinks, and I was like, "Oh, I got to go to the bathroom." And I did a quick lap around. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna just scope the scenes while they wait online because it was a pretty decent line they had to wait on."
Yeah.
They were at the back of the line. I did a quick lap around right as they were about to get to the front of the line. So good on me, by the way. Just saying.
Worked out well.
Did a quick loop around, and I'm like, wow, there's no visibility if you're legitimately not on the main floor.
Yep.
And where we could have gotten spots on the main floor, it was a bad spot to be because it's traffic. You're literally on the verge of like people going to get drinks and like going to the bathroom. So you would have to move every 2 seconds. And then you saw the view we got. That was the only better option. Otherwise, you're sardined everywhere else.
Yeah, which is just not an enjoyable experience, no matter how much you like the person. So I feel like I've heard of Terminal 5, but it sounds like it would be so nice for like a DJ. Because like you don't have to see a DJ. You can just turn it into a club, just dance, find your spot, like GA, you know. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's unfortunate.
I think it would have been a really great environment if I was probably in college. And I didn't care who the performer was.
Yeah.
And I was really, really drunk. And what was nice is like there was multiple bars on each level, so it wasn't bad getting a drink.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely would have been better if I was like smashed.
Yeah, no, I imagine. If we were back in college and you pregame hard and you go in there, you don't care where you're standing, you're having a great time. So
100%.
Now we're getting old, unfortunately.
Listen, man. Yeah, we are.
We just talked about Pokemon being 30 years old, so.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about. Honestly, quick TO. That's crazy to think about. I turned 27 this year. So you're telling me Pokemon was only out 3 years prior to me being born?
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Unless.
It feels like it was
feels
such
like it's older.
I guess because we don't really start playing until like we're like 6 years old, right? 5 or 6,
probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to say like 5 to 7 year old range is when you probably start playing those video games, right?
Yeah.
So,
or at least knowing about Pokemon.
Knowing about Pokemon.
Age, yeah.
I mean, you probably had toys or plushies and stuff like that. Like
even some cards, maybe.
But like for me to like actually play the games, I probably had to be closer to around that age.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's crazy. So that means that like when I was born, you were born, like it was really just getting started, and now it has this cultural hold like over everything. In my opinion, I think you see it everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, I think we grew up in a great generation then, if that's the case.
Yeah. Imagine growing up and all you had was
Pokemon.
Grease.
Grease instead of High School Musical.
Yeah, it's a High School Musical. Come on now.
Yeah.
But Tyler, so that was my quick little trip. So for that, Terminal 5, don't go there. Not a huge fan unless you get there when the doors open. But Tyler, you have a more exciting trip, and I would love to hear what you got in store for us, Tyler. Where are you going next week?
Yeah, for the first time ever, my family got a lovely gift for me and my dad, something that's kind of been on the bucket list, and they got us tickets to go down to Port St. Lucie and go see the Mets spring training. So we are absolutely, let's go Mets. Absolutely thrilled to go down there. You know, it's something we've talked about for a long time. Like I feel like so many baseball fans do. So we're finally getting the chance to go down there. We'll be down there next week. Tuesday, Wednesday are the games. I don't remember which day is which, but one day they're playing the Astros, one day they're playing the Cardinals. But obviously it's so early in spring training. You don't know who you're going to see. Doesn't really matter. It's still going to be so nice to go down to the 80-degree weather, go catch a game so early in the season. So, that's going to be a fun time. And, I just can't wait to honestly, one, see the warmer weather, and two, catch some baseball. I mean, it's going to be pretty early dog sucking season. I'll definitely have a nice dog and a beer to watch these games, and kind of see what this new look Mets look like. It's good. That's just another layer of this whole trip. It was so funny, like, because I knew about the trip because I was helping Jill like plan it, when it could kind of be, and every time it was like, oh, Edwin Diaz isn't here. Oh, Pete Alonso left. Oh, Brendan Nimmo got traded. It's like all the homegrown guys, or all the kind of superstars all kind of left. So now it was like, well, shit. But they made some better moves recently, so we'll see what they're looking like. But yeah, I just can't wait to head down there and tell everyone about it.
Dude, I'm excited for you, man, because you get to see some like newer, possibly some newer guys on the team.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's some young prospects that might be getting some good like spring training time,
Yeah, exactly. Because like I think spring training starts this weekend.
Yep.
So obviously, who's really going to play? And even those first couple weeks, it's like no one really plays. But the World Baseball Classic does start March 6th in 2 weeks. So you would think these guys would want to get some reps early, right?
So they might. They might.
Maybe. Like, I'm sure they'll be at the field. It'd be nice to at least see Soto walking around.
Yeah.
I know Lindor's got his surgery that we'll maybe get into in a little bit. So who knows if he's wandering around. But I'm just excited to head down there to Florida.
I mean, the Mets organization, I think, has like 8 or 9 players that are participating in the WBC.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that Lindor isn't one of them.
Crazy.
Which is really kind of like tough for him. But I think it's better off as the Mets if he doesn't play. He's dealing with a couple of injuries.
Yeah, obviously we've already seen some nightmares for Mets players in World Baseball Classic. So,
and is the World Baseball Classic every 2 years or is it every 4?
I think it's every 2.
Yeah. So I mean, Lindor can play again. He'll miss one. He's got at least 1 or 2 more left in him, probably.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And
I could see him literally playing for like Team Puerto Rico until he's like 55. Like,
exactly.
He loves that team. Yeah.
No offense to him, but that team, it's not like they don't need him, but that team's stacked. So I think
so stacked.
They'll be all right. In 2 weeks, we'll break down the rosters because we'll still have one more episode before it starts. But that team's unbelievable. So I can't wait to see that. But yeah, the
Dominican team is better though, I think.
The American pitching, especially, is unbelievable. It's exciting. I know we'll get into it, but with all the USA Olympic stuff going on, I just can't wait for the World Baseball Classic. Sports is about to peak. We're about to get warmer weather. The seasonal depression is starting to thaw out a little bit.
Dude, we have like these next 3 months, I think, are going to be a generational run just for us talking about things.
Yes.
It's gonna be quite crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's kind of, in 2 weeks I'll definitely be able to talk more about how our spring training experience were. But we're excited. We'll be down there for 4 days, head down there Monday, games Tuesday, Wednesday, head out Thursday. So we're definitely looking forward to that. I ordered a couple jerseys from DH Gate.
Did you? That's fire.
I ordered them a little late. That's on me. Hand up accountability. So they're coming down to the wire. They might not make it, but they'll still be here for the season. I mean, they're Mets jerseys regardless. So
I hope they make it, man. I hope they make it.
I know. I've been, trying to get some updates on them, and a lot of them I have to translate because they're literally in like Chinese or Japanese, whichever one. Don't kill me. So they're like in transit. They're like in the United States, but they don't say where. So it's going to be close. I got a Juan Soto jersey. I got the pinstripe one. And my dad got the old 1986 Gary Carter jersey. So
fire.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they come. But if not, we'll definitely have them for the season. Hopefully try and get to Citi Field a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. But, I know we wanted to talk about the Mets a little bit. Them coming into spring training, we'll have a lot more to talk about as the spring training kicks off. But one interesting point I wanted to get your feelings on is Cohen coming out saying, as long as he is the owner, there will be no captain of the New York Mets.
I saw that.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that?
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it because I think it was a lot of pressure to make Lindor the captain.
Yeah.
But then you're going to have a guy like Soto now. Like those, I think it would kind of pin them against each other.
Could be.
And I think something that he said in that in that same interview is that he's like, I want it to be organic. I don't want it to be like a like the organization picking it. It should be a team thing. Like the team should decide who their leader is.
Yes.
And that is such a phenomenal answer.
Yes.
I think like an organization like the Yankees, like Aaron Judge is their guy. So it makes sense why he is the captain of that team. He's like arguably the best player in baseball.
Yes.
So it makes sense for that. For like a team like the Mets and like how the ownership wants to be run, I do understand his point. And I don't hate the idea. What are your thoughts on that?
I had similar thoughts. It's like when I first saw the quote, I just thought it was odd.
Yes.
But then I watched the clip and like you kind of just alluded to is there was more explanation. It wasn't just like a bitter, no captain, I don't like Lindor, like all this stuff, like people blow it out of proportion. It's just, like you said, everything's organic. And I forgot who I saw talk about it, but there's a good point. It's like baseball captains don't really matter, you know?
Yes.
And obviously in hockey, you kind of talk to the refs, you get the boys going. But even then, it's like everything you want to happen organically. Yes. Everyone in the locker room knows who the leader is, who talks up, who people look to for advice when things are going bad, who's calling the players only. Like, it doesn't have to be the best player.
Well, that's what I was literally about to say too, is that like even people were saying last year that like Juan Soto was saying that like Starling Marte was the leader of that clubhouse.
Yes.
That's a guy who wasn't like the best player, but he was a good veteran who had been around the block and he was helping the guys who were struggling because he's been there.
Yes.
So, like you said, baseball's different. I don't think you need a captain per se to be named.
Yeah, like
would it have been cool? Yes, it would have been cool to see a C or something on his chest, or like just know that he's the captain. Call him Captain Lindor, right?
Yeah, it'd be cool, but like at the same point in time, like I even heard rumors like apparently Nimmo was upset about all the Lindor hype and he wanted to be captain.
Yeah, I believe that though.
It's possible. It's been really interesting to, after all these rumors of the locker room being so toxic last year, of all the quotes coming out from like Lindor's and Soto's and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I have to be better in the clubhouse. We have to do this. Like, we have a better team this year. And I'm just like, so maybe something was going on in there.
There must have been, because I feel like even like what Soto said when they asked him about Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, but we got this guy Bo Bichette who's also a phenomenal hitter.
Yeah, like, I know.
I didn't think that you needed to really kind of like say that. I don't think you really needed to.
Like, listen, I understand like part of the business. People get traded, people leave in free agency. And I know Soto only played with him for the 1 year, but it's like, that's kind of the franchise guy. It's like, don't brush him off so quickly. I don't know.
Dude, I hope the Mets, like, honestly end up winning for multiple different reasons.
Yes.
Winning a World Series, like, this year or next year with this core.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine the documentary that they would have that basically would bring all this shit to light? I feel
True.
Like, think about it. Like, they're never going to make a documentary about this Mets team if they don't win.
True.
So, like, I kind of want them to win so we get this fucking story out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Selfishly, also, I would want them just to win regardless. But I feel like it would be such a crazy, like, thing to just kind of talk about. Because if you think about that 2024 team, how close they were with the oh my God, the OMG, Jose Iglesias.
I still think about it.
Like that, those vibes were so high and so great, and that team was so close knit. I mean, you definitely lost a couple of people. You lost Jose Iglesias the following year. You lost Harrison Bader, who were big glue pieces in that. In that clubhouse.
Yeah.
But for it to completely like go from being that high to as low as like what it seems like it got to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird. The Mets and Rangers, very parallel kind of, I guess, seasons, because both teams, like in 24, made it to the round before the championship for their respective leagues. The vibes seem high, and then that offseason comes. You lose some pieces that weren't even the best players on the team, but were like, I guess, the glue guys. And then the next season, it looks like both teams quit on their respective seasons, had the worst seasons ever, and then you clear house some more. And then now it's like, all right, we have this new core rocking. So kind of weird what's going on there. At the same time, you hope they can turn it around. And the only last thing I guess I'll say about the Mets before we get into it, in other episodes, is I've never seen the fan base so divided on how they feel about Pete Alonso. People are
Yeah.
going to eat their words. I'm telling you, they think he's now the big loss. It's going to be the biggest loss.
I think that was the biggest loss of the whole offseason. I think you could have kept him.
Yes.
And still signed at least one or two of the other guys that we ended up getting.
Yeah, but Bichette is just, listen, I'm happy to have him, is out of place. That signing was not your plan. That was just you were pissed off about Kyle Tucker.
Yes, 1,000%. Kyle Tucker was the move that they wanted to make for not getting Alonso.
Yes.
And they had to pivot. I think Bichette is a really solid hitter, and I think he is going to end up fitting well now into this lineup.
Yes.
But I would have rathered Pete Alonso. If it was one or the other, I would have rathered Pete Alonso.
Because I mean, this was just, obviously, this wasn't from Mendoza, but I saw like a projected lineup, and it was like Lindor, Soto, Bichette, and Jorge Polanco. And I went, wow, it starts so great. And it's like, why is Jorge Polanco there?
Yeah, he needs to not be there.
And then other people were like, oh, well, just put Vientos there. It's like, well, he also stunk last year.
Yeah.
It's like, there's other guys that I hope do step up, but if they don't, we have a problem.
I don't want Polanco to bat 4.
No.
You know, like, I think you should. It's going to hurt Soto, but, like, Soto should be the 4 hitter.
Yeah, or even 3, Bichette 2. No, but then that doesn't help the 4.
Doesn't help the 4 hitter.
That's what I'm saying. This Alonso thing is going to be terrible.
Well, who the 4 hitter should be, if, like, potential-wise it happens, is Luis Robert Jr. That should be your 4 hitter. That if he can play up to his potential, what everybody fucking thinks this guy is, he should be your 4 hitter.
Yes.
Or
that's great.
Or Brett Beatty. Brett Beatty should, if he ends up becoming like that big lefty slugger, that should be him. Polanco's game isn't really like four hitter material.
No, so it's going to be interesting what the lineup eventually looks like. But when I saw that, I went, and I see people being like, let's just move on, forget about Pete Alonso. I'm like, you don't understand. He was 100 RBIs, 30 home runs every year. Every year. Where are you getting that from? So, whatever. But the one other thing I wanted to bring up too is, did you see who offered to try and get Correa and Lindor to clear their insurance to play on the World Baseball Classic?
I did see about this.
Yeah, Bad Bunny.
You can say it.
Bad Bunny tried to pay for their insurance to get them on the club. Obviously, didn't work out. Their respective teams still said no, and Lindor's hurt anyway, so it wouldn't have worked out. But kind of
he would have played through it though. If he got cleared, he would have played through it.
Yeah, I don't think the Mets would have allowed him to. I don't know. That's just the only thing, is your team's going to be like, yeah, no.
You know how many people break that bone, though?
A lot, yeah. I've heard a lot of MLB players say it, yeah.
People break that bone all the time, and I think people play through it a lot.
Yeah.
I think they do. I genuinely think he had the surgery, or he purposely got it because he wanted an excuse.
Possible.
That's my 2 cents about that.
It's possible to be like, well, you're not going to let me play? Well, then I'm going to get the surgery. And because there have been a lot of like ex-players who said, you know, you can either be great after the surgery, or it might take you 2 to 3 months to get that power back and to get that swing back. Because, you know, we could see a slow start from Lindor because he's just not going to have any spring training. His spring training is going to be April and May.
What else?
What else is new? What else can hit the Mets, you know?
What else is new? You get excited about one thing, and then, you know, then we're going to shit talk him for 3 months. Then he's going to become fucking the saving grace in the last 2 months.
I know. Soto in left field. There's going to be a lot of storylines to follow with the Mets this year.
A lot of storylines. I'm excited. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, if you had asked me a couple months ago about the Mets, this smile that I have now and this shirt would not be on me. I would literally was like avoiding wearing Mets gear, which is like maybe 30% of my closet, just because I didn't want to. I was like, I can't wear that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So and now we're back, and all is forgotten.
Yeah, all is forgotten. And Tyler, speaking of not forgetting, how about you give us a quick little USA recap of the Olympics going on? Yeah,
so as of recording yesterday, the men's U.S. hockey team was able to not sneak by, but were able to beat Sweden 2-1 in overtime, an absolutely electric game. The boys have looked all right, I would say, so far. They got it in a group where they didn't really have to play anyone great. They played Germany, Latvia, one other teams that really don't have a lot of NHL players. And then yesterday was really their biggest test because Sweden is one of the other teams that is full of NHL players.
Yeah, they're loaded.
So yeah, it was kind of like a gritty back and forth game. Kind of slow because it was like no team wanted to make a mistake. USA scored on a nice deflection in the second period. And then it almost seemed like that was all they needed in their minds. They went 1-0. We're just going to have to play defense for the next period and a half because the end of the second period, they had a few more scoring chances, but the entire third period was almost pathetic how it looked. It was, I think they had like 2 shots the entire period. It was just dumping the puck. It was just, trying to survive really. And then eventually Mika Zibanejad from the Rangers ties it for Sweden with like a minute and a half left. And it was nice to see Mika score. Happy for him, but it was like,
but
not
it's like,
today.
Fuck you.
Yeah, literally.
Not
I was like, out of all days for you to hit a one-timer, it's when you're not playing for the Rangers. It's
Seriously.
like right now. So they tie. They go to overtime. But then, thank God the United States was able to get back on track and dominate overtime. Quinn Hughes from the blue line ripped 1 3-on-3 overtime for the Olympics as well. And yeah, Q Freebird. The boys are moving on to play Slovakia tomorrow.
Freebird.
Just so electric. I'm so happy they chose that as their goal song.
Yeah, it's pretty electric.
Because you score, you hear the hype, and then it's just the guitar riff and everything. It's so great. But it's been so great to see the NHL players back in the Olympics because yesterday was a great day of hockey. Unfortunately, I was at work for the first 3 games.
Yeah,
but
I haven't really been able to catch it. I've been at work a lot too.
Yeah, because the timing is so weird. But 3 of the 4 games yesterday went to overtime. Canada almost lost. Finland almost lost. So yeah, now we're down to the final 4. We got Canada, Finland, and USA, Slovakia tomorrow. And then the gold medal game is Sunday morning at 8 a.m.
Wow.
Which is nuts. And I was talking to Nick yesterday, and he said apparently Croxley's is going to be open if USA wins. I saw something that if USA wins, Dockside's going to open at 7:30 a.m. on Sunday. And I was like,
no way.
I was like, dude, to go to Dockside if USA won and get to watch the game there would be so sick.
I mean, you need to take off of work.
Yeah, even Croxley's would be closer for you too. I don't know.
I know.
I don't think I've ever been, but
I would go to Dockside. Like
Dockside?
I would.
Yeah,
dude.
I know. So if USA wins, I'm not saying USA's a shoo-in, but I think Canada's definitely going to win because they're just so dominant. So it could be Canada USA at Dockside Sunday morning would be pretty insane.
Would you go?
I don't know. I'd have to see.
Would you rally the troops?
I could try. I think I could get the troops. Well, especially because it'd be easy for me. I could just hop on the ferry. It would be easy
for you, yeah.
Because I'm coming home Sunday anyway before spring training.
Yeah.
So
and it's in the morning.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I don't want to jinx USA. But they have a good shot to at least make it to the gold. We'll see what happens after that. Your dad fired us up before the podcast with his hot take prediction.
Oh, I wish I fucking recorded it, man. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Great. Carl pretended we were recording. Said, "Dad, give us a hot take on the USA Olympics," and he said, he was watching the highlights as he was literally on the phone with Carl. He was saying they were looking pretty good, and he said his hot take of 2026 is we got the new Miracle on Ice boys, and they're going to get the gold like back in 1980. So
yes, sir.
Being Carl upset, but we have to definitely shout him out because that was a great take, and I hope he's right. He's right.
Shout out Dad Mattioli.
Yes.
Coach Joe.
Shout out. But that was great, and I know the women's hockey, they're playing against Canada today for gold. So that's going to be electric. Oh,
wow.
That's on at 1 o'clock. Yep.
Wow.
That's going to be really good. USA, knock on wood, I don't mean to jinx it. They haven't allowed a goal in literally 5 games. They are so dominant. Dude, it is actually crazy what they're doing in these Olympics. And even they played Canada earlier, beat them like 5-0.
Wow.
So it's going to be a good game. But USA has a sick team. So that's been fun to watch. And yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Olympics. I don't know about you. I've been watching some curling, some speed skating.
I've been watching highlights. Mostly my highlights are the Netherlands women's. I don't know what side of TikTok or Instagram I'm on.
Yeah.
Not USA. I don't get it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, one thing I did want to talk about, Tyler, about a kind of tragic thing that happened very early on in the Olympics was how we kind of jinxed a US Olympian.
Oh my God, I forgot we talked about Lindsey Vonn. Oh man. Wow, that felt like
Yeah.
so long ago. Shoot.
Yeah, we literally were like so happy for her.
Oh
We're like, dude,
no.
she tore her ACL. She's gonna go out there and she's gonna compete. We're not saying that she's gonna medal or anything,
Yeah.
but she had a like legitimate
Yeah.
like horrifying injury where
Yeah.
she like not only like tore her ACL or her other ACL, but it
Yeah.
ended up being like her leg was the other way. Like it was
Ye-
and she broke her femur. It was a
Yeah.
terrible injury.
Yeah, it was, the episode comes out on Friday of us just talking about, oh my God, what a story this could be, even for her to just make it down the
Yep.
hill, all this stuff. I remember because obviously with the Olympic timing being different in a different time zone, I remember waking up at like 8 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday, whichever day it was, and being like, I was seeing everyone in our group chat texting saying she got airlifted off the mountain. And I was like,
Yeah.
no freaking way. And it's like she was screaming in pain and all this stuff. I was like, yo. And like you see her get clipped like on the flag a little bit. So she says it wasn't the injury's fault, but I'm sure it didn't help.
Did not help.
Yeah, I've been seeing pictures. Taylor was kind of explaining to me like the pictures he took in the hospital of her trying to like stabilize her leg. I think he's
Ugh.
had 4 surgeries on her left leg or whatever leg it is that she broke. It's like,
They literally told her it's like going to be a long way back too.
yeah.
So she's never going to compete in the Olympics
No,
ever
and
again.
I mean, she's lucky to be walking and have a leg. Like, I'm not even trying
Yeah.
to be funny. Like, with how it broke, I saw like X-rays of like not her X-rays, but there was doctors saying like this isn't hers, but this is what they're kind of describing.
It's describing what
and
happened.
it looks
Yeah.
disgusting. And it raises a good point because I looked this up and I wanted to break it down to you because there's a commercial. I don't know if you've seen. Well, you haven't watched really the Olympics. You said too much because you.
Yeah, not really.
They've been showing a commercial. This was before she tore her ACL, I think. But it was a commercial for Lindsey Vonn to show like a big comeback because she has a big injury history.
Yeah.
And I think it's a commercial maybe for her or for the doctors, something like that. But then I'm like, oh, so this isn't the first time she got hurt? I looked it up. This is not even close to the first time she got hurt. Let me show you a
Really?
little bit of the history, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
So this year she suffered a complex tibia fracture and torn ACL in her left, in her left knee, the 2 separate injuries. Back in November 2018, she tore her left LCL and meniscus with 3 tibial plateau fractures during training.
Jesus.
2 years prior to that, in November 2016, she fractured her humerus, which is her right arm, in a training crash. In 2015, she had a broken ankle from a crash. 2016, she had multiple fractures in her left knee from a World Cup crash. In 2013, she tore her right ACL, MCL, and sustained a tibial plateau fracture, and then retore her ACL later that year. And then in 2010, she had a deep shin bruise and a broken right pinky. In 2009, she had a severed tendon in her right thumb, and in 2007, she sprained her right ACL. So it is crazy that she's even at this point, I feel like. Like, I know...
What?
Right? Like, I know I just absolutely speed ran through that, but it is crazy what she has been through.
That was insane.
And listen, I know there's... In all these sports, besides basically curling, you are at risk of dying because of the slaloms, the ski jumps, all these events, because they are dangerous. But my God, how did she keep going out there?
That good for her, man. She must.
Right?
I don't know, but that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope a speedy recovery, but
of course,
that's just. I don't know how you keep doing it. You fall down, you get back up.
Yeah, but God, eventually I'd go, never mind. I'm not getting up again.
No thanks. Thank you.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, man. Have we medaled in like a lot of other stuff? What's the medal pool?
We're doing all right. I think we're 3rd in the medal pool. I think Italy and Norway are at the top. And we don't have a lot of golds, but we have been getting a lot of silvers and like bronzes. Curling, we've been doing pretty decent in. But a lot of sports, like we just don't, we're just not good at a lot of these like ski jumps or these like half pipes, because some countries are like literally just producing like absolute goats at the
No,
sports.
like it's insane. Yeah,
Like
Norway has 16 gold,
wow,
8 silver,
wow,
and 10 bronze.
wow.
Italy has 9. Good for yo. Let's fucking go, Italy. That's crazy. But what's crazy is that Norway has 34 medals. The next closest is Italy with 26.
Jeez.
And then USA with 24.
Jeez. Yeah. So I mean, we're doing all right, but I mean, yeah,
We're
Norway
doing all right.
is just taking
I don't
over.
think we'll catch up to Norway though. They might win.
No, every event I've been seeing for Norway is like, especially like these like ski jumps, these slaloms, and all this stuff. It's like Norway is like 3 of the top 6, like, and it's just like they're all so good. It's like they beat each other, which is insane. They could have almost more medals if they didn't knock each other out.
Dude, it's honestly kind of crazy to like look at it by like teams.
Yeah.
Like Belgium literally only has 1 medal, and it's a bronze. Like, I wouldn't even like show my face next Olympics.
Well, I mean, it depends how many athletes they have, though. I don't know if you watched the opening ceremony when they introduced each country. Some countries have 4 athletes. America came out, the United States, and they have 300 something. So
That's
it's
insane.
like it's like almost like you would hope you have more when you have so much variety, or you know, so many people involved. But we need more.
We need more. We need more freaking golds, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah. Hopefully, knock on wood, the 2 hockey teams can help with that count a little bit. We'll see.
But if hockey does that, that only counts as 2 medals, right?
Yeah, true. It's only 2 goals.
They should make like team sports like count as 10.
just to increase the numbers a little bit, stuff the ballot box a little.
On.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You could.
Come on.
Yeah, but kind of, I guess, moving into our next topic is a trailer that just came out recently, and as we always do, we talk about trailers, and this was a teaser trailer, if you even want to call it that came out there in the Super Bowl, and the full trailer came out for Mandalorian and Grogu. So Carl, you kind of want to give just a quick little thing of what you thought of the Super Bowl teaser?
The Super Bowl was like whack. I didn't even watch it. I was like, what is going on here? I thought it was a beer commercial, and it ends up being freaking a Mandalorian trailer.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even consider it a trailer. I think it was like an ad. It was like more of like like a legitimate advertisement, not a trailer. Yeah.
I literally heard what I believe was Sam Elliott's voice, and I was like, oh, this must be a beer commercial. And then I saw the animals, and I'm like, is that a tauntaun? Like,
it was a tauntaun.
Yeah, I was like, and Taylor was like, what? I'm like, these are Star Wars animals. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what is this? And then I was like, oh shit, it's Mando and Grogu, and it's like coming soon. I went, wait, was that not a beer commercial? Was that the teaser I've been waiting for, or the trailer? So obviously people were upset about that, but then we got the real trailer, which you sent, and I thought it was great,
dude. After we saw that at the Super Bowl, I like myself and the internet included were very, very worried about this Star Wars project.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of it. I mean, I think I've liked season 3 more than most of the internet did about Mando. But season 1 of Mando and season 2 of Mando are peak. There definitely was a dip in season 3, but I did enjoy it. And when they said that they were going to do a movie for Mandalorian and Grogu, I think it is a really good way to establish Star Wars back on the big screen again. It's been a 7-year hiatus since Star Wars has been on the big screen, and very, very excited to see it back there. That's where Star Wars deserves to be. It doesn't need to just be a Disney Plus type of vibe.
No.
It started on the big screens where it should be. And I think this trailer increased my hype for this movie, because they're really like diving into just the lore of Star Wars, which I think is really cool. It gives me a lot of George Lucas X vibes that I think the sequels didn't really give you. It gave you like kind of just like their own shit. Looks like, from at least this trailer, it looks like they're giving you a lot of like stuff that George Lucas kind of created, or like at least riffed on that stuff. And I just want to see action, and just looks like it's just going to be fun action. There's going to be like an overlining plot, but I think we're going to get a lot of side quests, which I think is cool. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it, Tyler.
Yeah, that's how
How
I
about
felt
yourself?
too. Kind of what you just said. It looked like there was a bunch of action. It looks like that good old Mandalorian just trying to earn some credits and
Yeah,
knock off some bad guys from people's deck of cards. Which is going to be really cool to see. It's going to be cool to see Grogu and Mando, that little relationship back on the big screen.
yeah,
It's really cool to see them incorporate some different huts, not just Jabba, like we all know.
yes,
Get to
yeah.
see a bunch of different huts. Definitely, I've seen some. At first, I thought it was Cad Bane, but I messed up. That was not
It
Cad
does
Bane.
kind of look like Cad
Yeah,
Bane though.
but I was like, is that Cad Bane? But it wasn't. It was someone from Clone Wars, I think it was, like an animated series.
Yeah, an animated bounty hunter, but he looks badass.
Look great. That's what I like too, is like bring some of the animated stuff to the big screen. Like Mando's been
Yeah,
able to do that nicely. Yeah, and I'm just, I'm excited for it. And I think they did right. I mean, because when does the movie come out? Is it May? June? I forget.
May.
May.
It comes out like May 20th or May 22nd.
Yeah, so this is kind of the way to do it. Finally, you get your first trailer a few months out, and you kind of just wait from there. So I'm just overall excited for it. I really don't have too much past that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I've been seeing rumors about like what could happen in the show in the movie.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't want it to be like this like crazy setup for anything. I just want it to be
No.
like a good action filled movie. Like I
Yeah.
want to walk out of that movie and be like, I could rewatch that five
Yeah.
more times.
Yeah,
Like
I
that,
agree.
that was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
A quick like sidebar that I'll only spend a couple of seconds on. Joey and I went to go see Crime 101 last night with your boy Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
I was joking with Joey. I was like, dude, we're going to go see a movie with the Hulk, Thor, Storm.
Oh,
And,
I've been seeing a lot of marketing for this movie.
Yeah, Storm and the Joker, because Barry
Jesus.
Keegan's in it and he plays the Joker in the Batman.
Oh, I didn't even
2.
know he was in it. That's cool.
Yeah. But I didn't like it was a good movie, but like how I thought the trailer made it look out to be, I thought it was going to be way more action, and
Yeah.
I was lower on it than I thought I would,
Yeah.
and I don't want it to be like that. I don't want this next Star Wars
Yeah.
movie to be like that. You just give me action.
Yeah.
You give me explosions.
Yep.
You give me a good plot, like and
Yep.
a reason for there to be all this action. I'll be happy. So.
Yeah.
Just stick with that Star Wars. And I'll
Yeah,
be cool.
I agree. Just stick with it. Get back to that season 1, season 2 vibe, and you got me. I'm hooked.
Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
Yeah, and then kind of just going to another thing we wanted to touch on is a show I didn't even think I was going to watch because I
Yeah.
didn't think I'd be interested in any prequels. I was like, this is getting too confusing. You're giving me Game of Thrones, you give me House of Dragons, now you're giving me this. I don't really care about this, which is Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Yep.
Yeah. See, I don't even know the name because I was so like, not that I wasn't interested. It's just like I had other things to watch. But
Yeah.
after everyone talked about the most recent episode being so unbelievable as a project within Game of Thrones, I was like, well, all right, I'll watch this. And
Yeah.
it's a great show. It is.
Let's just say right now, spoiler
Yes.
alert, because we
Yes.
are going to talk about probably the one of the greatest episodes that
Yeah.
Game of Thrones has put out. So
Yeah, and which is saying a lot because there's been some great episodes in Game of Thrones, and there's people who will like hype up anything if they love a certain franchise, but like
Yeah.
you guys in like the movie chat, like you guys watch more movies than me. But so you guys know what's good and what's not. Like I trust your guys' opinions, and when everyone was saying like 10 out of 10 episode, I was like, let me watch this show now because let me
Yeah.
see how good this last episode was. And wow, what an insane episode!
Yeah, and I just really have to like give them credit
Yeah.
because they're giving us so much with such little runtime.
Yes,
Like these episodes are only about like 30 minutes a piece, and like
Yeah.
that's being generous because
Yeah.
it's like says 32 to 35 minutes, and like 5 minutes of that is credits.
credits, and they do like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. So like, dude, what they've been giving us has truly been peak. Like
Yeah.
I've fallen in love with these characters, Dunk and Egg. And
Unbelievable.
He's my dad goes, who's cuter, Egg or Grogu? I was crying laughing.
Shoot, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like Baylor, the Lionel, Baratheon, like all these
Yes.
characters are just great, and I'm loving
Yeah.
every single thing about it. Even the little stuff that we're getting about Sir Arthur,
Yes.
like
Yes.
just the little stuff. I'm like, this is such a great character, such a good way to go about it. They're doing
Yeah.
such a great job.
And I haven't even like looked too much into this, which I think has almost helped with my viewing experience, because when I watched the most recent episode, what is it, the Seven Trials? What is
The
it called
Seven
again?
Trial, yeah,
Yeah,
which is a fucking baller way
insane.
to, yeah.
It's crazy that there's been so many projects, and this is our first time hearing about this Seven Trials
Yeah.
kind of concept. I didn't know until you literally just told me in the intro how many episodes were going to be in this show.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And also, we haven't seen Sir Duncan in any other project. So as I'm watching like this fight, I'm like, wow, he could die.
Yeah.
Like he really could. Like, I don't know if this is the last episode. I know he's not in any other projects. He could die here. So that was like, for me, like, I actually felt like he might die, because I know it's his show, but this could be it. Like watching that whole scene, and like, it was just really insane to see the action, the callback, get right back into it. I mean, it was, oh my God, this is a great show.
It's crazy too, because essentially what this book is based off of is George R.R. Martin, which is insane. This man can't even finish the current Game of Thrones series, but he just keeps coming out with lore books because he just has mental block. He doesn't know how to end his own book.
Yeah.
But this book, I think, came out in like 2019, 2020.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it was a book.
So,
nice.
Yeah, it was a book that he had based off of lore for Brianna, what's it called, character?
Oh, of Tarth.
Yeah, Brianna of Tarth's character. So Brianna of Tarth is a descendant of Sir Duncan the Tall.
Ah, okay.
So, like,
interesting.
George R. R. Martin.
Yeah,
Too many Georges.
Close, yeah.
George R. R. Martin created the lore for Sir Duncan and Egg, like pretty much based like off of her character. And it's kind of funny is that they I saw a TikTok about this in like one of the episodes. Remember the of Game of Thrones? Remember the bald guy that didn't have a dick? I forgot his name.
Oh yeah.
Varys or whatever his name is.
It will get to me. Yeah.
His character has this whole exposition about how like great knights are and how everybody should be as great as a knight as Sir Duncan the Tall.
Oh wow.
And it's like I saw this TikTok and it's like, wow, it's crazy like to see kind of like the beginning of like his arc now in this show. It's like, oh wow, like what kind of knight is he going to be that like this man who like has knowledge of like so much is like kind of like talking about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole Trial of Seven thing, you touched on it, was crazy that we've never heard about that beforehand.
Yeah, it was really cool. And even I know we jumped right to that because that was the most recent episode, but even the twist about who Egg really is.
Yeah.
I also like my mouth dropped like we officially got, because this seemed like its own project, but then you kind of see the tie-in with the Targaryens, the Baratheons, and all the different realms and stuff. And honestly, just thinking about it now, like I don't know when this is supposed to fall. Like when is this supposed to take place? Does this fall after House of Dragons? Is it before?
Yeah, so a quick like synopsis for people who don't know.
Yeah.
So there's House of Dragons.
Yes.
Then there's about an 80-year, I think, difference.
Okay.
And then this is the start. It's like 80 to 90 years. 80 or 90 years before or no, after the end of House of Dragons.
Okay.
Because in this series there are no dragons. All the dragons are dead.
Yes.
And then after like this series, they said there's gonna be like 4 or 5 seasons of this show.
Oh wow!
Or they're predicting. Apparently, it's already gonna be like it's gonna go at least 3 seasons.
Wow. Okay.
So they're predicting that it'll end about 60 or 70 years prior to the first events of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Because
interesting.
Yeah, which is crazy. So it's like this weird period that really kind of kicks off Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Because kind of to just get into what ends up happening, Tyler, because this is what I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Was the death that ends up happening
Yes.
at the end of the show of this episode
Yes.
kicks off Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
So that death is like literally what kicks off like everything that leads up to Game of Thrones. If he doesn't die, then basically it literally starts this like snowball effect of all this shit happening.
Because he was kind of like a level-headed guy. You know, he did what he had to do. I mean, even him just being on Sir Duncan's team was like said a lot about his character, because it was like he's still going to stand up for this guy he just met because he thought that his his brother's son was just actually an asshole. So So it's like if he doesn't die, maybe nothing else happens as it does. Wow.
Yeah. So exactly. So basically, I mean, that was like everybody was talking about that beforehand, was that episode, because this was episode 5.
Yeah.
So episode 4, when Sir Duncan has to basically find his knights. Nobody wanted to fight with him.
No.
Except like his friend Lionel Baratheon, which gotta say, his armor's sick. I love those fucking
a lot of cool armor on both sides, but his armor's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. And then basically the last person that comes out is Baelor Targaryen, who is not only is he the Hand of the King, but he is also the next prince in line. He's the heir to the throne.
Yeah.
So I mean, first off, just the cutting between like Dunk getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
The flashback I thought was really cool way to do it. He gets knocked out. He does that. And then just the fighting, just kind of how like even like this little Targaryen, he's like a lot smaller than him.
Yeah.
He's a lot more skilled. Like when he was throwing that sword into his leg.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this
also,
is like
it's not
nuts.
fair. The armor that their horses and he has, it's like it's almost impossible for you to get any damage on either of them. You really have to work for it, like you saw, because it's like they're completely covered. There is no soft spots.
Yeah.
Which made it. I was so pissed off about that. I was like, well, you're lucky you guys have money and you're in this house, because that is not fair.
Yeah. Like his armor, like if you're playing a video game, he's wearing like level 1 armor.
Yeah.
And these guys got level 1000 armor.
Literally. It shouldn't have even been a contest, really.
Yeah, seriously. It was crazy. But like Dunk kind of just shows he just brawls, dude. He just he comes out there. Yeah, he's got the heart. He just goes out there and brawls, which was just so cool to see.
Yeah.
And I think it was awesome how they pretty much so Baelor, who is this mighty king, comes to his side.
Yeah.
He kind of just goes he goes against his family, which is insane.
Nuts. They were building that up. Like I was like, who's gonna come out and help? And once it was him, I was like, because I knew they were building up for something big, but I didn't know who it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And once he came out, I was like, oh shit. Like this is gonna be bad.
Yeah. I honestly was not expecting it to be Baelor.
I didn't know who it was going to be, but I didn't either. I forgot about him.
Yeah. I was like, it's definitely not going to be him.
I thought that guy in the crowd was actually going to be...
Yeah,
he literally looked like the Hound. Like I was like, I knew it wasn't the Hound, but I was like, oh shit, this guy's huge. This guy's going to be great. But
and then he farted.
Then he farted and just absolutely did not help at all.
Pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
I was kind of pissed though in the moment. If I was
so was I. I was like, dude, come on, someone fight. I knew it was gonna happen, but I was like, who is gonna help?
Yeah.
Kind of bullshit that you can't play one person down either.
Yeah.
If you say I'm gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah. I mean, like what was crazy too is like that he like I think what is his name? Arian.
I don't know. There's so many A's that I don't even give it a shot.
Yeah, Arian or whatever fucking that he even knew about that. Like that's crazy knowledge to know about that.
True.
So
even his dad didn't know about it.
Yeah, to pull out that ancient fucking lore, like I think it's crazy and also like super cowardly because this guy's massive and you're gonna have a hard time against him. And you're gonna lose
because you just have good armor and some training. You're not that great. Yeah, it was cowardly. It really was.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely tell he was definitely skilled.
Yes.
But like Dunk, just like pure brute strength. It's hard to beat that 1-on-1.
Yeah, dragging him and saying, "Tell me what you just said."
Yeah, that was sick. He's on top of him, and like good on Dunk because he could have killed him. But he was I yield, and he's like, "This will be more embarrassing.
Yeah, well, because he knows the consequences that even if he wins and kills him, like, isn't he second in line to the Iron Throne? You don't want to kill a Targaryen or Baratheon,
what's crazy for him was he's Egg's brother.
Yes.
So Baelor's son. So a quick little thing. So Baelor is the head of the or the heir to the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
He didn't have his armor there because he didn't think he was going to participate. So he wore his son's armor, who is like the same age as like the guy or Arian. We're just going to call him Arian. I don't know if that's his name. Arian, who had the like basically started this trial of 7.
Yeah.
So the armor didn't really fit him well. It wasn't his, like, it wasn't molded to his like body.
Gotcha.
But he is basically, I guess, like 6th in line for the Iron Throne because Maekar is brothers with like Baelor, and how it works is that if Baelor is the heir, I had to watch a video on this because I didn't understand.
Okay.
Baelor is the heir.
Yeah.
Even if he dies, the next heir in line is his next of kin.
Yeah.
Until his next of kin dies out, and then it goes to Maekar because he's the next brother in line.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very crazy how like the rules of like, I guess, like royalty works.
Yeah. Listen, I'm very interested, obviously, but anyone who made it to this far, God bless you for listening, because I know half the people probably don't care. We care, but
God bless.
Because I need to know that, because but regardless, like him killing him, he just knows his family, how bad it would have been.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
But and then just the shocker at the end was Baelor dying.
Yes, and like you said, you could kind of tell he was not well.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what? And then once they took off the helmet, I was literally screaming there. I was like, please don't take off the helmet. Don't take off the helmet. Know.
And you see a hole in the back of it. Also, who wasn't taking it easy on him? I know he's on the other team, but like, you know who he is.
Yeah, well, you know who hit him?
Who?
His brother, Maekar.
Oh, well, that would make sense. That would make sense then.
Yeah.
If you could get a shot in, that's the time to do it. Yeah, that makes sense.
But like he didn't do it on purpose. Like at least for, like I watched like the trailer after, like you see he's like has so much guilt. At least unless they fucking switch it up on us in the finale.
They could. I can't wait for the finale now, which comes out Sunday, so I'm sure we'll get to talk about that.
I'm crazy. It's insane because I saw people saying that like basically if Baelor like didn't die and he became king, like it wouldn't have set all this shit in motion for like Game of Thrones.
Damn, that's nuts. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Crazy.
Damn it, Duncan.
But I'm sure, like, I don't know. I personally don't know what's really going to happen next, but like, there's got to be some sort of repercussion. Like, there's got to be some sort of like another civil war or shit that happens.
Absolutely.
Because of this.
Absolutely.
People are going to take sides. It always happens. It's Game of Thrones, baby.
It is. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah, sorry to go off on that tangent. I just had to talk
about
that.
No, thank you. I'm don't be mad. I was just thinking about like I'm so interested, but I can only imagine other people being like, "What?"
No, we're gonna find like the deep dark corner of Frankfurt, Germany.
I hope they're all big Game of Thrones fans. I do.
Big Game of Thrones fans. Yeah. Speaking of, did we ever get our wrap for that?
I haven't looked. I have to look. I keep forgetting to look. I'll look at our Frankfurt numbers for last year. Yeah. But I know we're kind of at the end here, and I know you had a little game for Game of Thrones. I know you have a bunch. You want to maybe cut it in half? Just
yes. I have like I'll do my first 4.
Okay.
My first 4 that I have.
Yeah, and we'll save some for like the next after we talk about Game of Thrones next time. We'll bring out the other ones.
Yeah. So I have a kind of a what if scenario here.
Okay.
So the first start here I have for you, Tyler, is it's starting off strong, right? Yikes. So what if scenario, who would win in a battle? Let's do a trial by death scenario.
Okay.
The Mountain versus Sir Duncan the Tall.
Bro, what a hot stuff. Let me just look up the Mountain again. I think I know what he looks like. But dude,
you're gonna see the Mountain and you're gonna be like, holy shit.
That's right. Yeah. Holy shit. Yikes. Doesn't he eventually die?
He does, but then he gets brought back to life as like a zombie.
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about that. Against Sir Dunk. Yikes. I think I I think I got to go with the Mountain.
I think
do.
so too. We don't really know right now, like how great of a knight Sir Duncan the Tall will be.
Like he did go against just a smaller guy. I mean, this guy's on the same level and is great in combat. I got to go with the Mountain.
And he's the Mountain. Like, he's massive.
Yeah. Sir Duncan the Tall made up his name. So
yeah, literally crazy. The next one I have for you is guy who we were just talking about, Baylor.
Okay.
Baylor Targaryen.
Okay.
Versus Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer.
Shoot, I mean Baylor's pretty prestigious, but I don't know if I've seen enough. I think I got to go with Jaime as well.
Yeah,
there's
it's hard because we've gotten like 4 or 5 episodes from these characters as opposed to literally like 7.
Exactly. We won't see any more of Baylor, but if we see more of Duncan, maybe I'll change my mind. But with the Jaime Lannister, I like Jaime Lannister, so I'm gonna go with him.
This next one I have is I really like this one. So it's going to be Game of Thrones and House of Dragons.
Okay.
So Khal Drogo, who is Jason Momoa plays,
right, yep.
versus Daemon Targaryen, who is Rhaenyra's husband in House of Dragons.
Let me just. It's the long blonde hair guy, right?
The long blonde hair guy, the guy that Matt Damon plays, or not Matt Damon, whatever his name is. Yeah.
That's tough. It's been a while since I've watched House of Dragons, but I know Damon's pretty nice with it.
He's kind of low-key nice with it. Yeah,
I know. I think I got to go with him over Jason Momoa's character. I think he just has a little more smarts. Is the Dothraki?
Yeah, the Dothraki. Yeah,
they have.
He's just like brute strength.
It really is brute strength. I think it would be brute strength versus brute strength, and eventually come down to smarts a little bit and skill. And I think it would go to Daemon.
Yeah, I think so too. He also has a dragon, but I wasn't including the dragon in this.
True. I think there could be foul play there at the end. If he's not looking good, I think the dragon can come in for a little assist.
But I don't know who wins it there. I mean, Khal Drogo did get to bang Daenerys Targaryen, so I don't know who's really the winner here. Who's the winner?
True.
And all right, my last one for today. I had a couple other ones, but this one was my personal favorite.
Oh boy.
Egg currently right now in the Knights of the Seven Kingdom versus Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion.
The dwarf.
Shit. Damn it. I will say Egg showed a lot of heart, a lot of spirit to, be the squire for Duncan. He really realized he had to train and he put in the work. But yeah, I just think he's too young and not developed. I think it's gotta be Tyrion. Tyrion's seen war. He's lived through it.
He's got that scar, dude.
Yeah, he was not afraid of war. He's seen it. He's got that strength. It's unfortunately, it's not even fair. It's a child versus an adult, but if I have to say who it is, it's Tyrion. I honestly didn't know who you're gonna say, but Tyrion's tough.
Lannister, baby. Wow, comes out on top.
Yeah, those are great. I can't wait to hear the other ones. I wish we honestly had more time because those were really funny.
Dude, hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, thanks for tuning into my game here.
Yeah, thanks so much for the game.
Smile.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming up with these great games, and to all our listeners, thanks again as always for listening. That's the end of this episode.
Thank you guys. Follow, like, subscribe, and watch some Game of Thrones.
Yes, watch Game of Thrones, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks with plenty more.
Yes, sir. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go, guys. USA!